Welcome to This Week in East Brunswick. This past weekend was the annual New Jersey Folk Festival. We'll stop by for the sights and sounds with Jillian. We'll also stop by the high school's annual Poetry Festival. The township's Arbor Day celebration was held at Memorial School, and Elijah's Promise Soup Kitchen held their Empty Bowls fundraiser. Blood pressure is the topic on this week's Voice of Experience. We'll have a quick review of Monday's Town Council meeting and more, so stay with us.
Hours of dancing, music, workshop, food, and heritage are all here at the 30th Anniversary Folk Festival. I'm Jillian Angeline on a beautiful spring day. Come along with me as I walk around the Douglas campus to take in the sights, sounds, and tastes. Hi, Sally. How do you do wool spinning?
I love wool spinning. I've been doing this for about 20 years. I've been here twice, but Margot from Briar Rose Farms has been here for 7 years.
Who taught you how to wool spin?
I learned by good friends, and so I still teach good friends how to spin.
Where do you get the wool from?
This wool I got from Briar Rose Farm. It's Romney wool.
And how did you get it colorful?
Well, we have to wash it first, wash all of the dirt and the lanolin, most of the lanolin out of it. Then I dye it with Kool-Aid or chemical dyes. This is Kool-Aid, raspberry, orange, and lemonade.
And what's the importance of wool spinning?
It makes sweaters. You have to do something with all the wool that those sheep raise. And it keeps you warm when it's wet, and the fishermen use the wool that doesn't have as much lanolin washed out of it, because the lanolin makes the wool waterproof. That's why they're called fishermen's sweaters. When they're on the boats, they stay warm and dry.
Hi, John. Can you tell us about your performance today?
Certainly. We're a band from South Jersey. We'll be playing songs we've written about South Jersey and some traditional old cowboy songs that were also actually written, some of them written by cowboys who grew up in New Jersey and then went out west.
So what instruments do you play in that?
I play the guitar and the banjo and the dobro. We've got a violin player who also plays a mandolin, a bass player, and a harmonica player.
How did you learn how to play all of these instruments?
We're mostly self-taught. Just about everybody learned on their own. We heard these instruments when we were younger and growing up and decided we liked them, and we'd give them a go.
Betty told Bobby last night. Bobby told Freddie at the NW. And Freddie told Eddie and Dwight. And Dwight went and told his girlfriends. And the fools got 2 or 3. And they spread the news to the whole damn town. So everybody knows but me. I'm a fool. He's a fool. Everybody knows but me. Wah. 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 Wah.
Hi, Jim. So what type of songs do you sing?
Well, mainly I sing songs and stories from southern New Jersey, Pine Barrens and the Delaware Bay region, and some things from northern New Jersey too.
Well, I heard about in your performance about the New Jersey Devil. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, the Jersey Devil is several things. I know the main question that I'm asked by children is the Jersey Devil real? And it's real on several levels. First of all, it's called the legend of the Jersey Devil, and legends are cycles of folk tales about real people. So Mr. and Mrs. Leeds, Deborah and Japhet Leeds, were real people. She did have 12 children, and one of them was probably physically deformed. And in the late 1600s, if a woman had a physically deformed child, she was accused sometimes of witchcraft. So children were kept away, they were locked in cabins and so forth. And the child probably got out one day and roamed around and people saw it. And then in the Pine Barrens, it's a folk belief, and the uses of the Jersey Devil, it's sort of a spirit that keeps the Pine Barrens environmentally viable, keeps out development, keeps things that the Pineys don't want to see, like jet ports and things like that. And in popular culture, the Jersey Devil is sort of a cartoonized figure. It's on bumper stickers, beer mugs. There's the hockey team. There's a wing of the New Jersey Air National Guard called the Jersey Devils. So it's in popular culture too.
Jimmy Randall was fallin' one evening of late when he shot Molly Bannon. Her beauty was great. She'd a apron pinned about her, and he took her for a swan. Tambourines, guitars, and everything. And it's oh, and alas, it was she, Molly Fawn. Jimmy Randall was found one evening of late when he shot Molly Bannon, and this was her fate.
Hi, Tony. So, what is your performance like today?
Today we're going to be doing a mixture of bluegrass tunes, some Celtic music, various influences, because we all like to listen to different musics, and it comes out in the music that we perform on stage. We have mandolin, guitar, bass, and banjo. I was trying to remember the name of that last instrument. It's the one I play, the banjo, yes.
And how did you learn how to play the banjo?
I had banjo lessons when I was 14 years old. I already played some guitar, so it was a pretty easy transition to make.
Thought I saw you at the window, waving as I passed. It was only sunlight leaving shadows on the glass. In my mind's eye I can see you, plain as day it seems, and I can hear your voice so clearly now. It's a crazy thing imagining, foolish but I know it's a way to keep you here with me, a way to let you go. There's a song that's rolling round and round, can't get it off my mind. There's a feeling in the air that takes me to another time. Days are filled with dreams, in between I shake myself awake, silently wondering how long I can carry on this way. It's a crazy thing imagining, it's foolish but I know it's a way to keep you here with me, a way to let you go.
Heritage and ethnicity is all around us, so when you get a chance, get out and enjoy the richness of our community. You never know what you'll learn. This is Jillian Angeline for EBTV Channel 3.
Hi, I'm Dolly Vasta for This Week in East Brunswick, and with me is a very special guest, Colonel Izzy Assour. He's an art promoter from Israel, and he's a sculptor, and you are bringing to one of the temples in East Brunswick a magnificent exhibit of over 70 artists. Now tell us what temple it is.
Temple B'nai Shalom in Route Fern.
Yeah, Fern Road, right.
Fern Road. And
it starts when?
It starts May 1st, Saturday at 7:30 in the evening till 11. Mm-hmm. And then it runs till Sunday, include the 8th of May, every day from 9 in the morning till 9 in the evening, not include Friday coming, the 6th. It's only till 3 o'clock because of Sabbath.
Right, Sabbath. 70 artists and artisans who will be exhibiting. So there will be a tremendous amount of art for people to look at and hopefully buy.
Yes, thank you. It will be really a pleasure to come in because they'll see all the move of the art from painting, as we said, sculpture, glasswork, tapestry, jewelry, handmade, silver and gold, and Judaica on tables, and all the media of art will be there.
Something for everyone.
Exactly, we hope. Thank you.
So, to all of you out there, don't miss the exhibit. I'm sure you'll find it exciting. I'll see you all next time. I'm Dolly Vasta for This Week in East Brunswick. Take care.
At Monday's Township Council meeting, the council passed a bond ordinance providing for capital improvements in the township. Almost $3 million will be appropriated for projects, including $1.6 million towards road improvements, $120,000 on an online computer system at the library, an expansion to the municipal parking lot near the police station, $150,000 towards open space, and more.
After looking at the entire capital budget, I still have some reservations. I think it's good that we are looking forward and planning in advance to have this road so that we could use the Diedrichson Field. And I do think that it's extremely important that the library has the upgrades that it's requested, and the police department cannot continue without the upgrades that are in this budget. Again, the parking lot expansion is something that the town needs, and after a close examination of the entire budget and the fact that we are retiring more debt than we are encumbering, I do support this budget. I think that it's something that the township needs.
I personally think that all these projects in here are tremendous projects. I think the planning that has gone into replacing some of the capital equipment that we need to do on a regular basis to make sure our public works has the proper equipment, as Tom Williams said last week when he was here with his presentation, how this new equipment that they've gotten has helped with the productivity of the workers, and how they go out and look for equipment at tremendous prices. We're looking to purchase some additional equipment to replace some real old equipment so it's used equipment, but we're getting it at tremendous prices. Our road improvement program will continue. There's over $1.6 million towards the road construction projects, and I think it's tremendous. Every one of these programs, all the departments are taken care of in this budget, and it's a forward-thinking capital budget.
First of all, I want to thank the entire council for their bipartisan unanimous support on something as important as a capital budget. I think it's great that we can work on something that's important for the long-term future of our town.
Hi, I'm Lisanne Finston. I'm the director of Elijah's Promise, and we're here today to enjoy some wonderful homemade soups and to participate in a fundraising event called Empty Bowls. We have many, many wonderfully handcrafted bowls that were designed and made by local artists, and these bowls will be filled with soups prepared by students in our culinary job training program. And the purpose for the event is to highlight the issue of hunger, the needs in our community, and how together we can make a difference by sharing what we have with one another.
Last Wednesday, Memorial School celebrated Arbor Day with the planting of a tree and an assembly. Here's the mayor's official proclamation for the day.
Arbor Day is certainly a special day in East Brunswick, and it has been for 26 years now. That means a lot of these trees that you see around us were much smaller in those days. They needed some work. And a lot of trees that have been planted over the last 25 years are now bloomed into beautiful, oxygen-producing, shade-creating, wonderful parts of our community. And you guys, at your age, are ready, making the effort to keep this alive and keep our trees blooming is something that's going to make our town even better in the future. But I have an official proclamation from the Office of the Mayor for the proclamation for Arbor Day. So let me read that to you officially. And I'd like to give it to Mike. It's a proclamation for Arbor Day, April 28, 2004. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska and is now observed throughout the nation and the world. Whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource, giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. Now therefore be it proclaimed that I, William Neary, Mayor of the Township of East Brunswick, do hereby proclaim April 28, 2004 as Arbor Day in the Township of East Brunswick, and urge all citizens to support efforts to care for our trees and woodlands and to support our township's community forestry programs. Be it further proclaimed that I urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden the hearts and promote the well-being of the present and future generations. Happy Arbor Day!
Meow, meow, bird went tweedledee. I had a pig and the pig pleased me. I fed my pig by yonder tree. Pig went oink, oink, dog went ruff, ruff, cat went meow, meow, bird went tweedledee.
Drinking the water underground, water from the roots, my trunk receives, then my trunk starts making leaves. Let's plant an apple, not too small, with flowers in the spring and fruit in the fall. Let's plant a fir, so it can be a lighted outdoor Christmas tree. Let's plant a birch, an oak, a beech, and something extra special in each. In winter, summer, spring, or fall, let's plant some.
Why not plant them all?
Hi, I'm Sharon Riley Morosi, Assistant Director for the East Brunswick Department on Aging, and this is the Voice of Experience. Today I'd like to introduce you to our blood pressure screening program. Julie, what information do you want people to know about blood pressure?
Well, we're here on Mondays, 9 to 12, and they just come in and register at the front desk, and then Juanita outside the room will give them a number, and it's sort of first come, first serve.
So you don't need to make an appointment?
No appointment is necessary.
What concerns do people have about blood pressure?
Well, if they come in and it's high, they ask how they can, how they can reduce it. So we give them a little education on diet and exercise. Some of the things that they can do. If they're smokers, they need to try to stop. And some clients come in and they're actually on a medication, and then they think that since they're taking a pill for their blood pressure that they don't have to watch anything else. And so we educate them that that's not, just because they're put on a pill, doesn't mean that they still, that they can't watch their diet and exercise, that's not going to take care of it by itself.
Julie, do you advise people on diet and exercise?
Yeah, we try to. There's some things they can do, like watching their sodium intake, their salt, and when they think of exercise, I think they have to go out and run miles, and we try to tell them, 30 minutes of getting their heart rate up is really, just a brisk walk helps, things like that.
What do you do with the information?
The clients each have a little card that they come in with, and we write it down on the card, their blood pressure, and then they can take that with them when they go see the doctor, because sometimes some of them get nervous in the doctor's office, so they have a running record to show that what their normal blood pressure is.
If you would like more information about our blood pressure screening program, please call us at 732-390-6896. And please remember, the East Brunswick Department on Aging is here to help you and yours age successfully.
The 13th Annual Poetry Festival took place on Thursday and Friday, April 22nd and 23rd at East Brunswick High School. This yearly activity is partially funded via a partnership grant between the Geraldine R. Dodge Foundation and the East Brunswick Education Foundation. This is the longest-running grant of its kind given by the Dodge Foundation. 8 poets took part in the 2-day festival. They shared their own works and experiences in a workshop setting with the students during English class. On Friday morning, teacher recommended students from East Brunswick, Montgomery, Monroe, North Brunswick, Sayreville, Red Bank, and Metuchen took part in the special three-part program. First, they listened to Dodge poets as they performed poetry readings.
Garden and the fruit's dull thud and the question I'm asking. If you'd bite the apple or give it back to your only love and watch her walk out into desert and toil alone, would you give back that infraction and every wince at sin to follow? 7 days in solitary after the screws told you to stomp a rapist to bloody mince? Would you give back your arm's burn mark, by brother or not, the knife you stuck into a man's side, the chains, the bricks, the sweet beatdowns in Chinatown windows stung by thugs? Would you give back the song you thought you'd hum till dawn?
Students from all the participating schools were invited to submit their own original works. 3 students from the East Brunswick High School were chosen to read their poetry to the entire group.
I always tried to Italianize my Barbie dolls, paint their hair hazelnut with watercolors. They were given Italian names, always after some cousin of a cousin. But later I found her, Roseanne, the most Italian looking. Her olive complexion was one she must have mastered through hours basking in the balmy Mediterranean.
Speak anymore. His mother wants to know why her 10-year-old son reads National Geographic, but he won't tell her. This is her punishment. Does he want to be an archaeologist when he grows up? Or does he just want his first glimpse in some tribal woman's breasts? Thank you.
He was boring and weak. He had scars all over his upper arms, marks of maternal sentiment, and the pack of cigarettes in his pocket projected like a veteran's tattoo. A full head shorter, half his weight, and approaching retirement, she asserted her power to declare him a failure and commanded his descent. Eyes locked in a weightless eternity, stalemate. He stormed out and didn't return, never to be truly remembered, but never to be forgotten. Maybe she thought she was helping him. She probably thought he had an ear and an option.
Readings by featured poet Sakao Senduyata concluded the Friday morning program.
Late some summer night, sitting on a bench in El Barrio in a park we called Mecca, for our devotion to Wawanko, Panamanian red, Acapulco gold, washed down with scupanard, rounded out the head so nice. Fly shop knits, English leather, Peter Prep, Boogaloo blues, Oye, Pablito, Tiene Bamboo. A love supreme, stay in my corner, to be with you, coming through the thin speakers, through to the membranes of our hearts. Ritmo sabroso, something sweet, dancing so tight up on Joyce from cross town, I was stuck to myself in my sleep 2 days later. When I dunked for the first time, and Walter said, oh yeah, do it again. The ball was our prayer. And Wild Ass T came back screaming eagles, Santo Domingo, 55mm rounds, Trujillo, the dictator, Vietnam, body bags on the tarmac. And what did we talk about on those long, humid nights, waiting for war or heroin or revolution? How we met poetry there, I do not know, except to say that you brought it to us. Poetry and sex, burning in our minds, born again, writing and oralizing, pressing our verses against the moon. July, bleeding into August. I go back to nights like that, when once again I'm trying to explain how to tell when a poem is finished. Listen to blues and abstract truth, cosas del alma. If this world were mine, you'll see the signs of our deepitude. It could not have been done any other way. Each note is destined to the next note, like fire, thirsty for air to make fire.
Foolish, but I know it's a way to keep you here with me, a way to let you go. There's a song that's rolling round and round, can't get it off my mind. There's a feeling in the air that takes me to another time. Days are filled with dreams, in between I shake myself awake, silently wondering how long I can carry on this way. It's a crazy